Day Year 9s. Just going to have a look at some of the answers for the revision sheet questions. So let's start with this first question, and you can see with each of them there's a link to where the worked example is, and then if you go into the next set of exercises you can see which questions link to that worked example. So in this case we've got Sarah having an annual salary of $53,334. We ask how much she's paid weekly, fortnightly and monthly. So the key here is we just have to break down the salary. So if we're going to do it weekly, it's going to be $53,334 divided by, there are 52 weeks in a year, divided by 52. And I've got a calculator with me, so that should be fairly easy. 53,334 divided by 52, and it's just $1,025.65. It's 0.653, so we tend to round down. Now, while there's 52 weeks in a year, there's going to be 26 fortnights. So we're going to work this out, 53,334 divided by 26, and when we work that out, it's going to be $2,051.31. And you'd expect it to be twice as much as what you get paid per week. And lastly, monthly, $53,000. Oops, not my best work there. $53,334. There are 12 months in a year. 53,334 divided by the 12 months, and we get $4,444.50. So that's our first question there. Now we're looking at someone who's getting some time and a half and double time on Sunday. Let's have a think about what he's got. He's got 30 hours in total, 3 are on Saturday and 2 are on Sunday. If there's 3 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, there's got to be 25 during the week. So 25 during the week are each paid at $28. Then we've got the Saturday hours. Now the Saturday hours are paid at time and a half. So the Saturday rate is going to be 1.5 times the 28, time and a half. And you can use your calculator, if you want, but 1.5 times 28, I'm pretty confident that's going to equal $42, which is not a bad rate for some cat grooming. So on Saturday, he earns 3 times 42, and on Sunday, he's going to have 2 at, so the Sunday rate is double time. So it's going to be the 28 times 2, just double what he would earn otherwise, and that's going to be $56, and he's going to have 2 hours at that rate. So adding these things all together, going back to my calculator here, 25 times 28, so he earns $700 for the hours during the week. 3 times 42, I'm hoping that's 126 without using your calculator. And 2 times 56, I'm hoping that's 112. So for his work, he's going to get $938. Let me know if I've made a mistake with the calculations for that one. Okay. Bob is paid $20 for every 100 newspapers. So he delivers 450. So I think the best way to look at this is to say, okay, units of 100 delivered, it's going to be 450 that he's delivered, divided by 100, which means he's going to deliver 4.5 units. 4.5 units. And then the amount that he's going to earn, so his earnings are going to be that 4.5 by the $20 that he gets paid for each one. And you could use your calculator for any of those things. In this case, 4.5 by the $20 is going to equal $90. I'll just close this down. Okay, the next one is one that I know some people have found a little bit challenging. Real estate agent earns 2% commission on the first $300,000 on the sale. So the amount of any property up to $300,000, they earn a 2% commission, and they earn 3% commission on the remainder, the rest of the value of the property. So how much do they earn if they sell a property valued at $1.3 million? So the commission is going to be broken into two parts. The first part is going to be the 2% of the first $300,000. And the second part is going to be the 3% of the remainder of the value of the property. So if the property is 1.3 million in total, 1,300,000, and they've already earned commission on the first $300,000, that's going to leave $1 million. Okay. So the calculation for either of those, 2%, 2 per 100, multiplied by 300,000. If I use my calculator there, it's going to tell me that's $6,000. And this next one, 3%, 3 per 100, by at the last $1 million. And that's going to be $30,000. You would probably use your calculator just at least to double check your maths there. And I think the total amount of commission is going to be $36,000. Let's just be careful that we're setting out our working a little bit there. Okay, let's have a look at the last of, let's have a look at the tax one. Okay, we move on to income tax. With income tax, we're basically told in this table what the rule is. You know, often there'll be an amount that we start with, plus then we're going to add on this, which is, when they say 32.5 cents in each dollar, we can read that as 32.5%. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one here. So if we start with $7,500, it's going to fit into this tax bracket here, where the person's earned between 0 and 18,200, and there's no tax payable for someone on that amount of tax. The next one asks us to look for someone for $33,000. So it's in this second bracket here. So the rule here is that they paid 19 cents in the dollar, 19%, for every amount of money over 18,200. So let's set that out this way. Tax equals 19%, 19 per 100 of every amount over 18,000. Now if I do the maths here on my calculator, so I got $33,000 minus 18,200. That equals $14,800. If I multiply that by 19%, I get that we're paying, the tax payable is $2,812. And that's reasonable because I can see that it's between the nil amount and the $3,572, which is the top of the range. Let's now go to someone who's earning more money, $250,000. So we're going to have to look at our rule again. it's this top rule here. Tax is, they're going to pay $54,232 plus 45%, so 45 cents in the dollar, 45% of the amount over 180,000. So 250,000 minus 180,000. Okay, so that's going to equal 54,232 plus 45 on 100 multiplied by 250. That's going to be $70,000 there. So if I'll do my calculations. 70,000 multiplied by 45%, that's 31,500. Add that to the 54,232. I'll just mark that up. So let's go again. 45% of 70,000. That is 31,500. Add to that the 54,232, and that is total tax payable of $85,732.